It's day number 236 of the war in Ukraine now. We are monitoring major developments this morning. Multiple Russian kamikaze drones made in Iran hitting targets across Ukraine, but also hitting targets in the capital city of Kyiv. Joining us now, Ukrainian member of parliament, Kira Rudik. Kira, good morning. Nice to have you back on. Good to see you.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me, Rob.
Kira, so these attacks, this is scary. Back-to-back weeks, this happening in Kyiv. And we hadn't seen missile strikes, or in this case, these kamikaze drones since June. What's the situation on the ground right now in Kyiv? And why don't you think the presidential palace is being targeted?
Well, today in the morning, I woke up with a sound like a very loud motorcycle. And then there were a couple of explosions. This is what you hear when kamikaze drones that are very loud because it's hard to hit them,
right,
are attacking civilian infrastructure and just people's homes. So the explosion you can see here from my house, and our firefighters are still trying to put up. There were at least 3 people killed right now, and the destruction continues. I think they are trying to destroy energy infrastructure first of all, and they're sometimes just missing those. And this is why they are not trying to attack presidential palace, because they know that Zelensky would not be there. However, the general strategy of Putin is to announce that this winter for us will be not only cold but also dark, is on.
Yeah.
And we are doing everything possible and impossible to intercept that. But, you know, it's extremely painful right now that we have gotten the confirmation for Air Force protection system after 30% of Ukrainian energy infrastructure were destroyed.
Kira, let me jump in. So that Air Force protection system, that would be something similar to what the Israelis have, like an Iron Dome, to protect maybe the capital city from airstrikes and drone strikes. Is that accurate?
Correct. But why are we getting them after 30% of the infrastructure is destroyed, after people are killed, not before? You know, Rob, when the tipping point in this war would be not when we will be taking more and more of our territories, but when the Western leaders, when our allies will start playing the first role in the war and not the second one, not only reacting to what Putin is doing, trying to say, okay, we will raise up the stakes, or we will even his call, but just saying, okay, no, we will do something to help Ukraine actually win. And it's extremely painful that 5 days ago, we had our energy infrastructure, we had a plan to hit our homes, we had it in place, we worked so hard to make it happen, and right now we do not have it. And all the Air Force protection systems, it is important, but it's a little bit too late.
Kira, I just want to show for the American audience watching right now what this looked like when these drones were hitting targets across the capital city of Kyiv, again, the largest city in all of Ukraine. So there are the drones. We've got them circled. Local police on the ground, they were reduced to firing just pistols at these drones, trying to bring them down because the city is so vulnerable. What do you make of that?
We understand that to make sure that we protect the city from the drones, we need special sophisticated systems.
Okay.
It can't be arming our police with anti-drone equipment. It will be probably useless and absolutely ineffective.
And is this something that you would need NATO or the EU to fund?
Yes, correct. We will need to make sure that we ramp up our anti-drone game, and that we start this protection right now. Because you see, Iran is getting into the war with providing Russia with drones.
Iran's going to give Russia more missiles as well. Kira, I'm sorry, we've only got 30 seconds left. I don't mean to cut you off. Would it be reasonable to say that, okay, if NATO, the EU, the United States, if we get behind funding an Iron Dome-like defense system for the city of Kyiv in Ukraine, the other side of that would be yes, but Ukraine has to begin the process of some sort of peace negotiations. Otherwise, this war will just go on, and the United States and NATO can't fund the war indefinitely. That's reasonable. Does that sound reasonable?
we cannot trade our territories, and we would not trade our people. We know what's happening to them at the occupied territories. They are stripped of the human rights, they are tortured, they are killed, and we cannot give up on them.
No, don't misunderstand me, Kira. Our hearts break for the people of Ukraine, absolutely. But with winter coming, the people in eastern Ukraine that don't have access to water, that might not have access to heat, that's a very serious issue, especially as we get closer to the cold weather in Ukraine.
We are, and we are doing everything possible and impossible to help them out.
Yeah.
But first of all, to free them.
Okay.
It is our main goal right now to make our people free.
Okay. Kira, stay safe. Thanks so much for being with us this morning. Nice to see you again. Thank you.
Thank you, and glory to Ukraine.
All right. That's Kira Rudik, Ukrainian parliament member.